It has been such a long time, but I think I'm back for good now. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome me back to the channel, I guess. Cool. Okay, so the title of the video, we're here to talk about how or why it took me 2 years to lose 5 kgs. My chair's loud. Oh, now that I'm okay. Why it took me 5 years, 2 years, and a couple months to lose 5 kgs. And it's a good thing. Since you're here, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share this with anyone on a weight loss journey, or maybe let's not even call this a weight loss journey. Let's call it a wellness journey, okay? Because that's what it is for me. But yeah, this for me boils down to 3 things. Right? If you're someone who's willing to lock in for a month, 3 months, and like just lose like lots of weight at the same time, I feel like this video might not be for you, or it could be, but I think, yeah, this might not be for you. But if you're someone who keeps struggling with trying to lose weight and falling back and losing weight and falling back, maybe this might help. I don't know. But again, this is not medical advice. I'm not a dietitian, gym person, trainer, whatever, personal trainer. I'm just a guy who's trying to figure it out. So the thing is, the backstory is that also I used to be fit. Back in the day, I used to have what I would consider a decent body. I used to work out every day, had abs here and there, had a nice physique, and then depression happens, life piles up. Eventually, you develop some super unhealthy habits, or at least I did, that I ended up doing some things that, and maybe I don't really want to call them unhealthy, but for the sake of this video, for things to make sense, we'll just call them unhealthy, or inflaming habits that inflamed my body. So the reason why it took me so long to lose 5 kgs, it took me 2 years, is because one, I was trying to build a habit. I was trying to slowly build a healthy habit. It took me 6 years, 4 to 6 years. It took me like 6 to 8 years, I think, to gain all this weight. I've went from someone who used to weigh 90 kg muscular to someone who now weighed 130 kgs. That is a lot of weight to gain. I didn't see it happen, by the way, but it happens over time. So throughout these years, you start building out bad habits. I need to stop blaming you. I need to stop saying you. I need to talk about me here. I started developing bad habits: binge eating, stress eating, eating at night, overeating, I'm not going to the gym anymore. I don't do any movements. I work from home, so I would literally wake up, have junk food, go to sleep. And that's the cycle. Wake up, have junk food, go to sleep, and piles up. Little by little, you start gaining that weight. So I've started developing the habit of eating in a way that it started inflaming my body, and drinking. So now we have a combination of 3 things happening. I've started drinking, sometimes drinking during the week. Similarly, I've stopped moving around, working out, burning any type of calories. Literally wake up, work, sleep. The only time I was burning calories is when I was going out. And you also develop the habit of just like, you seeing yourself gain weight and you're like, well, I'm already here, I don't need to care about that. Those are habits that took me so long to develop. They're cemented in my brain. Even coffee, just lots and lots of coffee to compensate for the energy that I needed, because I was ingesting food, ingesting alcohol that was inflaming my body, messing up with my sleep pattern and central nervous system. Those took me years. And every time I wanted to hop back in the gym, I would try to let me just do everything at once. Eat well, go to gym consistently in the morning at 6 a.m., cut out coffee, not drink anymore. Like, essentially, I would want to cold turkey, I guess, in a way to put it, and do everything at once to try to reverse things that I've done, damage that I've been doing for a long time ago. At some point, like 3 years ago, I was like, you know what? Things have changed. This is not varsity anymore, where I can skip lectures, go to gym, eat a little bit of junk food and still be fine and work out. Like, there's times when I was 22, 20, 18, and now I'm like old. And body doesn't work the same anymore. It's not going to quickly adapt. And at that time, I was able to do those things because I hadn't developed these habits, but these habits are here now. So I need to slow down. What I mean by saying that I was building habits, I'm saying that slowly but surely I'm introducing new habits. So I started with the most important one, which was gym. Let me try to get myself to go to gym each and every day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and make it a habit to, let's do this. Let's just do it. Don't change anything. Don't worry about eating healthy. Don't worry about the diets. Don't worry about alcohol. Don't worry about, just for now, let's just get ourselves in the gym. Let me just go in the gym and focus on making progress there. And then I kind of started doing that, and I did that for like a long time. And then you clocked a year, and I clocked the second year. But along the way now, I started realizing that I'm actually becoming better at some things. Like I've built the gym habit now. Like I'm less prone to saying, nah, I don't want to go to gym, or stopping anyway. Like now it's just like habit of gym is ingrained in my body now. Like I feel more bad or uncomfortable when I don't go to gym. What it has done is, it leads to the second point, I guess, which is I started developing all this muscle mass. So making these gains, you see the bicep, you see the, don't act like you don't see it. I'm not going to show you my body, okay? I'm not ready for that. We're going to do an unboxing way later this year. But yeah, you start getting all this muscle, but you're not really burning. You're not really losing any fat. There I go again with the you. I'm not really burning any fat or losing any fat because my diet is crazy. You can't out gym a bad diet. You can't out workout a bad diet. So I'm gaining muscle faster than I am burning fat. But even in that being said, I started building a different habit, or adding to the list of habits, where I was saying, okay, cool. Now that I'm going to the gym, let me start with introducing more protein in my diet. Not just let me switch my diet fully. Let me start introducing more protein. Let me start eating more. Let me start getting more supplements, which I remember we used to have whey protein, and that would make me feel bloated and uncomfortable. And then eventually what we ended up doing was we started getting vegan protein, which is terrible for the most part, but you get used to it. I've gotten used to it, and I could see how it was now. I was getting more fuller from having more protein, that I started not having as much cravings. You know what I mean? So over time, you start not getting takeouts because you're fuller. And then from there, I start building up. Like I add one more thing. Oh, okay, cool. Now we've established that this is the time that works for gym. Let's add 2 more workouts to it to make it more, to spend more energy in the gym. At the same time, you know what? Let me fight for at least getting takeouts once a week, if not at all. Like if I don't get takeouts at all, I celebrate that as a win. Even though it does get crazy sometimes, but we have to push through. Maybe not push through. I don't like using that language. I don't like force yourself language. Let me say it gets tough sometimes, and you have to hold yourself accountable. I've started doing a thing where I ask myself if I really need to do something or if I can delay it. And then sometimes you delay it, and then once you've delayed it and get to a point where you want it, you're just like, maybe not anymore. Or I'd be like, okay, I do have cravings. Let me have protein shake and then see how I feel after, and then develop the habit. Then the third one was that I started walking in the morning. This was to treat my anxiety, but also in a way I've now added more movement or more energy expenditure movements in my day-to-day life. You know what I mean? So I've went from no gym, eating unhealthy and whatever 2.5 years ago, to now being at a point where I can go for a walk without feeling like this is a chore. Like I've slowly weaved that in, and I can still go to gym and push myself and come out there and be like, I did that. And I still get takeouts here and there, but it's nowhere as bad as it used to be. And now I'm in the process of cutting out alcohol and coffee, which we'll talk about that in a different video. But the idea is that now I need to restart my system. But that's the third one, and we'll talk about it in another video. But yeah, this is how we're here. This is how I've lost 5 kgs in 2.5 years. It's not bad. I'm happy with it because it's a sign that even with all this muscle gain, it means I've lost or burnt more fat, and it shows that whatever I've been doing over the years is actually becoming something. Like, it's actually putting me in a position where eventually I will have built some good habits in the future, maybe 2 years, 3 years, that have reversed all the work, all the bad stuff that I used to do for the past 6 to 8 years. Yeah, I guess this video in short is just saying, if it took you so long, if it took you this much, like it took me 6 years, 8 years for me to gain the weight, I should realistically, as a busy person who's trying to do other things in life, but gym is not my only focus. I'm trying to build other things in life, work, relationships, trying to build connections with family more, even though that's still struggling, have more friends, be more social. I'm still struggling with that, but next conversation, the next video, I'll explain all of that. If it took you that long to get to where you are, weight gain or alcohol dependency, or just in a space where you feel like you're in a space where you're not you anymore, you should realistically expect yourself to take as much time to reverse it back. And I know that sucks. It still sucks sometimes, but it's better. And I think I'm in a better space, and it's probably why I'm picking up the camera now, because I feel like I've done some progress. Yeah, that's the video. Like, be gentle with yourself and be realistic with yourself. You will get there, and just start slow. And look, 8 years has passed. Now I'm looking at another 8 years. That's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen whether I start slowly today or not, or try to do everything at once and keep crashing and trying and crashing and trying and crashing. 8 years will still happen. There will be another 8 years, and it's just a matter of how do I want to get there. Yeah, I hope this made sense. I hope this video makes sense. Let me know what you think about what I've said. I'm kind of nervous also. I guess I'm not used to making videos anymore. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you can relate. Let me know if there's ways or things that I can do to make my process better, or just general advice even for the next person that's not me, and they'll find it in this video. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in another one. Cool. I love you. Bye.